Okay, hello, welcome back. I'm just tea break, have some lunch, and I thought, you know what, I've got to just look up. I've just got to do a bit further research on this number right here, very quickly. This is like 2 minutes. So you remember I was doing this as a kind of a prediction video, talking about the dates in Back to the Future and how they tie back in with JFK, and then there was maybe a potential indication of this date coming up as maybe a day for the Hoover Dam. Yeah, 11 into so this is November the 10th into the 11th, would be the day in question. Yeah, 11/11, like the two inlet towers on each side of the Hoover Dam. 11/11, like that is flipped around the Titanic with the four funnels, and it's also the it's the Charlie Kirk. It is the Temple of Diana, the clock tower in Back to the Future. Okay, with the two twin columns on each side of the metaphysical gateway, the doorway into the temple. Okay. Anyway, and that's what we're talking about doing, is coming back out of the temple, being reborn. Okay, or joining with the temple again for the white wedding again, a reset point. But anyway, needless to say, this date was, we ran through some stuff with Donald Trump with this date. I showed you this bit, right? This composite number here, right? And it was 14672, Donald Trump's birthday, 72, which tied in with the number 26, which related back to the release of Back to the Future 2 in conjunction with the 26th anniversary of JFK's death. Okay, so there was some kind of encoding there maybe for this date. All right, depends on the way you want to look at it. Maybe something will happen, maybe nothing will happen. But this is a huge date on the dollar bill coming up. Okay, when I get a minute, I promise I'll do a re-updated version of that fold in the dollar bill so you can see how that works, how it ties into 11/22, and how it also ties into 10/22, which we're probably going to cover some stuff for that for Madonna. Anyway, I mentioned in that video, this is something interesting. Last night I looked up birthdays, and I did come across an interesting character, but I hadn't had a chance to kind of look into what he's done. And off the top of my head, I couldn't really remember much of his, videography. But anyway, this is 12/9/53, December the 9th, 53, is John Malkovich's birthday. Okay, we can see it right here. He's 71 years old right now. Now, what is interesting, as soon as I scroll down here, the first thing that caught my eye is In the Line of Fire, yeah, with Clint Eastwood. Remember, we're talking about Marty we're talking about we were talking about in Back to the Future 3 this connection with Marty, okay, and then the connection back with Charlie Kirk. And Marty gets shot down, okay, and then he's holding his neck, okay. So we have this connection with that going on in that film. It would actually be interesting to watch this film again. It's been so long since I've seen this film, In the Line of Fire. It would be actually interesting to see the film and see if anybody actually gets shot in the neck, or whether John Malkovich gets shot in the neck at the end or something stupid like that. I just can't remember for the life of me. The only thing I can remember about the film is that he's hunting, I think he's trying to find this guy that's going to kill the president, and there's a reference back to him, Clint Eastwood. Yeah, remember Marty is playing Clint Eastwood in Back to the Future 3. So there's this reference back to JFK with Clint Eastwood feels like a failure because of that assassination that happened on his watch, so to speak. Anyway, where do I go from here? So this connection with this film to assassinations and connecting back in with the JFK assassination, and connecting, obviously this date here, this number jump here that we were looking at with, John Malkovich here. It's just crazy. I mean, even just looking through a couple of these things, I mean, you can see, look, burn after reading. What do we need to burn after reading? The Grey Sports Almanac. Yeah, when Marty burns it right before going back to number 3. You know, back to the Wild West. You know, red. Okay, more assassin stuff. Oh dear. Yeah, okay. So we can see there's probably way more to decode out of here than, you know, what we're just doing at first glance, right? So if we go to the film release date, July 9th, 93. This is kind of interesting because this is the same year that Kirk is born, okay? And so let's do a couple of number jumps. I want to see if this ties back in with Back to the Future, and I want to see if it ties in with Charlie and how that ties back with Charlie Kirk. Okay, so I did this one first. Just went back to I've got a cough, excuse me. Hopefully that didn't blow your ears out. This is the release of the film through to the release of Back to the Future, 2929. What have we been talking about with all the White Wedding references with Charlie Kirk? This is just crazy that 2929 is coming up. Double 29. Check this out. 8 years, 7 days. Well, okay, that's not that interesting by itself, 8 years, 7 days. But when we look at this, when we go from the release of the film through to Charlie Kirk's birthday, same year, 87 days. Ay, 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 ay. And then if we want to double down and go for 88 miles an hour, crazy stuff, crazy stuff. I'm sure the film is probably got a lot of Easter eggs in it for sure for the whole shooting. If I get a chance, I might sit and watch the film, but it's doubtful. Very doubtful I'm gonna have a chance to watch it anytime shortly. So anyway, 87 days or 88 days. Yeah, Donald Trump, 88. From 88, you know, from the Lionsgate portal, yeah, the gateway, the Lionsgate, 88 August 8th was 33 days, I think, to the shoot-in. So, you know, all these numbers keep popping up. But that is, to me, this is just insane. 2929. After all of the stuff with the White Wedding, that number popping up double. 87. 8 years, 7 days. Yeah, 87 days. Okay. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you on another one soon. All right, cheers, bye.